Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading. Now this is based on the end of August as a time period. I want to see what you're leaving behind, what you're realizing, and then the good news that's coming at this time period, okay? So we want to see how the shift is transitioning, and we want to see how things are becoming better for you, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. All right, Pisces. So let's start off with what you're leaving behind. All right. So you are leaving behind, I think, something that you felt like you wanted at one period in time in your life. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a career. With the adjustment card here, it's like, I think you were, trying to be a certain way for someone. It's almost like you were adjusting yourself to be what someone else wanted, or be the ideal person for someone, or be, whatever that may be. And I just feel like you're moving away from the mindset of that you have to mold yourself to be perfect for someone or to be ideal. Now, Pisces, being that you are Pisces, that means that you're mutable water. So with mutable water, you do have the ability to kind of naturally fit situations very easily. You can adapt to any situation pretty well, and you're really good at reading the room and things like that. But I just feel like for some period of time, or something that you were leaving behind now, you couldn't really fully be yourself. And I think that was something that was not helping you. It was not aiding you in any form, within your life. And now you're just kind of like, no, like, I don't want to have to adjust myself. I want to be in an environment or around people who will take me for me. Okay, so you're understanding that you have value as who you are. Not to say that you have low self-esteem, but I think you just kind of played your part. But now it's like, no, I don't want to play my part. I just want to be me. I also see that you're realizing that a lot of people like you. Like, a lot of people respect you for who you are. A lot of people want to give you your roses. A lot of people really do enjoy you, Pisces. And I think for whatever reason, maybe it was the people that you were around before, they didn't show you that appreciation, or they didn't show you that value. And so now you're like, yo, are you kidding me? Like, look how many people like me, for example, or look how many people appreciate what I do. Look how many people value what I do. And even if it's not a lot of people, maybe it's the person that is starting to value you, or, someone who's important to you has shown you, look, you are worth more than what that other situation was leading you on to believe. All right, so there's just so many ways that you can take this. This is for Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node, so you have to make it fit for your situation, okay? But the theme is here. The theme is here. Yeah, you're definitely leaving behind a toxic situation. It definitely could be an ex relationship, or a past relationship, or something to that effect. But it definitely was a toxic situation where you had to become basically a different person, or you have to show a side of yourself that you don't like in order to survive in that environment. This could also be, if it's not a relationship, it definitely could just be like your environment, or maybe like the people you grew up around, or the place that you grew up around. All of that stuff does matter into molding you into who you are, or how you react to things. And I think you were starting to see that that's not you anymore. Like, you've outgrown that phase of yourself. And so you're transforming out into this person that's like, look, I don't need that or that person to validate who I am. You understand what I'm saying? Some of you, it could be a career, it could be like a boss that was just really like, how some people have really terrible bosses, like just bosses who are miserable and they want to make everybody else's life miserable. That could be a situation you're dealing with. All right, so what are you realizing? Okay, so I'm realizing with the Queen of Wands here and the High Priestess, you're realizing that you have a lot of like value to you. That's the word I keep getting, value. It's like you're realizing that what you do is really, really good, or whatever you do, especially in a career setting, or a passion, or, a talent. I'm seeing that you're really good at what you do, and it's like natural to you. You don't really have to try to do it. You're just good at it naturally. And I think that's why people gravitate towards you in whatever aspect this is, because you're not trying, you just are. And in the environment that you were in, now that you're moving towards a situation where you're like, able to be yourself, all of that natural charisma, all of that natural energy that you have, and the talent or whatever that is that you have, it's showing. Like, there, you don't have to do much, you just have to be yourself. And now you're putting yourself in a position where you're like, oh my gosh, like if I just go towards that situation, that's what it's going to be. Like, I just have to be myself, but I have to put myself in a position where it's okay for me to be myself, and I'm not around people who are threatened by it or who don't want me to be that. Okay, so I see that you're realizing you have the power to change some things around naturally, because you are who you are, and that's just what it is. And people see that. People are recognizing your light. So some good news that I see coming your way. We have multiple things. So one thing that I'm seeing is you're dictating how you want your mindset to go. You're dictating your mindset of, okay, whatever is not for me, I'm going to cut it off. Whatever does not serve me, I'm not going to allow it to be a part of my life. And not to say that you're just being like, you know, bitchy or arrogant or anything like that, but you're really looking at things that don't add any value or don't add any happiness to your life, and you're like, yeah, it's time for me to make some changes. We also have the Emperor here, so I feel like you are deciding to be the person of control within your life. This is major, and I feel like if you've been going through the situation, you know what I'm talking about. You know that this situation may seem simple to some people, but to others, like, this is a really big realization for you. This is a really big transition for you. And you'll see the results immediately. Like, once you realize, oh my gosh, like, I have so many people that respect what I do, respect who I am. What was I doing this whole time? You understand? We also have the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, you are going to be receiving the lifestyle that you want, or let's say that you've been wanting, you know, something materialistic or something. You will be able to receive that during this time. I'm also saying that with the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, there's a very peaceful energy with this, a very soothing energy that I feel like you may not have been able to obtain in a long time. But at this time, you will be having that. And what's really important about this, with this Queen of Cups energy, a lot of people have their own understanding of the Queen of Cups. The way I see the Queen of Cups is someone who can be nurturing, but it's really more about acquiring what you want. Like, whatever you want, that's what you get. That's what I get from the Queen of Cups. So for me to see that for you, it's like, as soon as you realize in your own mind that you have control over what goes in your life and what doesn't, then everything kind of falls into place on its own. And I feel like that's something that you'll see immediately for yourself. And it's important that you allow yourself to be happy that you've gotten to this point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it really is important. Yeah, the Tower and the Five of Cups. Yeah, these good things come as soon as you kind of allow yourself to let go of your past situation, to let go of whatever disappointed you, to let go of whatever you felt like you disappointed yourself. You know, like, you have to forgive yourself as well. Now, forgiveness is it's a very loaded topic, and it's not, you know, something that I feel like is easy to dissect unless you're looking at certain situations. But I feel like, at least in this situation, you have to be sure that you are forgiving yourself, because I feel like a lot of you feel like, do I deserve this? Or, you know, you still have those doubts here and there. But then for others of you, you just have to realize, like, whatever did not work, it's not your fault completely that it did not work. I feel like, especially if this is a family member or if it was a toxic situation, you may feel like you could have done things differently to make it better. But, you know, from what I'm seeing here, it really isn't about that. It was just you outgrew it and it wasn't the right situation for you. So it's time for you to move forward. Let's get you an oracle message. Yeah, so we have heartache and loss. All right, so this card is saying you have gone through some sort of breakup or some sort of separation or some sort of, you know, transition from someone or something in your life. It is going to hurt, you know, because it is something that has changed, but it's not something that you can't bounce back from. I honestly feel like, because it's coming out as the heartache and loss, it's something that has been brewing for a long time. And so I think you, in the, you know, maybe deep down, you understand that this needed to happen a long time ago, but it's happened now, and now is when you have to face, you know, the feelings that you have, and it's okay. So I think in regards to this situation, it's really just a matter of you realizing what's going on, realizing your position in all of this, taking accountability, but also moving forward the way that you want to see your life bloom, you know, from this experience. And I think you moving through this time will show you what you're capable of and what you've been doing naturally that you didn't even know you were doing. So definitely a beautiful reading. It definitely, I'm getting like butterfly vibes from this, like you're becoming the butterfly, you're transitioning into the butterfly. And I think that's a really powerful, you know, metaphor for the things that you're blossoming into. So thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, Pisces. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.